awoke to what felt like the calm after the storm and decided to get an early start. I wanted to get through the locks at Hill Moulton before Carl had to start work. I figured I could then realistically get to Hawkesbury Junction. About an hour after setting off, we reached the Hill Moulton locks. Predictably, the wind was picking up and the level of boats on the move was increasing. As we approached Rugby, a few of the oncoming boats warned me that it was very busy ahead, so I decided to pull over for a nice cup of tea before tackling the boat jam. Rugby is a great spot for visitors to moor, close to the town, with a handy facilities point on the right. Just beyond here, the canal gets quite narrow, and I felt for the oncoming boat that had to back up past the line of moored boats and under a bridge to let all of us past. The urban environment comes to an abrupt end when you reach the Narrowboat tunnel. With its twin towpath and wide profile, this short straight tunnel is easier than most. To save mooring up, I hopped off the boat before the swing bridge at Rose Boats. It gave Carl a brief break from his computer to pop up and steer us through. As the afternoon drew to a close, Carl came to join me on the stern as we moored up on the left at Hawkesbury Junction. We were pleased to see Hawkesbury busy with boaters, and we got a real sense that things were returning to normal. We set off early again on day 4. Carl had back-to-back meetings planned for the day, so I knew I would be left alone to get on as far as I could. Looking at the guidebook, I knew there were 11 locks up ahead, so I decided to get that far and wait for a break in Carl's schedule so that he could help with the descent. After passing through the stop lock at Hawkesbury, we made the sharp right-hand turn and headed north onto the Coventry Canal. The Coventry Canal runs through some densely populated areas like Nuneaton and Tamworth, and you're never too far from factories and industry, but the canal still has its fair share of charm, like here at Marston Junction, where the Ashby Canal branches off. Of course, some of the industry is quite picturesque, like here at the Harts Hill CRT yard, built in the late 1780s. It's amazing how much attention to detail went into building at the time. At the centre of this site is a beautiful clock tower, for example. We reached the Atherstone flight by late afternoon. It had started to rain and the queue of narrowboats waiting to descend had formed. One of these boats had something around the prop, and on closer inspection it turned out to be a fisherman's tackle bag. Carl helped me descend the locks and we found somewhere to moor up for the night near Polesworth. Another early start for us on day 5. Only a couple of locks stood between us and Fradley Junction, and 18 miles away. It rained heavily for most of the day, so I didn't shoot much video and was glad to be stopped at the end of the day. I also knew once we had passed through Tamworth, the countryside was going to get more rural, something I was looking forward to. We started day 6 before most of the other boaters were up and about. Carl was going to do the swing bridge and 3 locks with me before we started work. We decided not to try and go too far today, just 9 miles. Carl had a few important meetings, and as the scenery got more rural, the mobile signal was getting more patchy. So I planned to get us to Rugeley, where we expected to find good signal for Carl, and we knew very good shopping for me, as there are 2 huge supermarkets, one each side of the canal, Morrison's and Tesco. Before we reached Rugeley, however, we needed to pass through the Armitage Tunnel. Built in 1770, it was the oldest tunnel on the Trent Mersey Canal. Today, only a cutting remains as the top had to be removed due to subsidence caused by the local coal mines. The cutting itself is only wide enough for one boat, so it's wise to send a spotter along the towpath. We moored up on the visitors' moorings and I went off to explore and resupply the boat. After Carl had finished work, we left Rugeley to find somewhere quiet to moor up for the night. We found this lovely spot near Wolsey Bridge for the night. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next time, Carl finally finishes work and starts his holiday. We leave the Trent Mersey Canal, the traffic builds up and we help a boat stuck fast in a lock. So until next time, thank you for watching and please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoyed it.